Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're wading into all the announcements from Google I/O.
A lot to cover there.
Definitely. We're focusing specifically on the AI side of things, the new models, how they're using them.
Right, the advancements and where they're popping up.
Exactly. Look, we know you want the key takeaways without, sitting through hours of keynotes. So this is your curated summary.
Your cheat sheet, basically.
Yeah, your cheat sheet. We're pulling this mainly straight from the main Google I/O keynote presentation.
The official source.
Our mission, to pull out the really significant AI stuff and figure out what it actually means, for tech and for us day to day.
Sounds good. It was a flood of info, so distilling it is key. We're here to break down those big AI moves.
Okay, let's dive straight into the heart of it. The Gemini models. They announced Gemini 2.5 Pro.
They did, and they called it their most intelligent model ever. Pretty bold claim.
Bold is right. What's really catching people's eye is its ranking, right? Top of the El Marino leaderboard.
Yeah, across all categories. And apparently it's getting really good feedback on coding platforms, too.
Okay, so that El Marino thing, that's based on, community feedback, isn't it?
It is. So topping that isn't just Google saying they're good, it's users saying it. Could be a sign they're really catching up or even leading now.
And the coding feedback suggests it's actually useful, not just theoretical.
Precisely. Coders seem to find it genuinely helpful for real programming tasks.
And they didn't stop there. They've integrated something called LearnLM.
Right, LearnLM. It's a family of models they developed with education folks.
So they're positioning 2.5 Pro not just as smart, but specifically good for, learning things.
Exactly. It suggests they want AI to be more than just an info retrieval tool. They're aiming for it to be a personalized learning partner.
They could really change things down the line for education, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. More tailored learning, perhaps less reliant on traditional classroom models. It's an interesting direction.
They showed an example, didn't they? Tulsi Doshi coding something.
Oh, yeah, that was impressive. She basically took a sketch, a drawing, and Gemini 2.5 Pro helped code a web app from it.
Just from a sketch.
Just from a sketch. And then the kicker was adding native audio, an AI narrator with a pangolin voice.
A pangolin voice.
Yeah.
Seriously. Okay, that shows off the creative side, too, beyond just code.
Totally. It demonstrates how these models are getting multimodal text, code, audio, visuals, lowers the barrier for people to create stuff even without deep tech skills.
Right. Makes development potentially more accessible.
Oh.
Now, for the really tough problems, they mentioned a deep think mode.
Yeah, Deep Think in Gemini 2.5 Pro sounds like it uses more advanced reasoning techniques.
Based on their latest research.
Yeah.
Parallel techniques, they said.
Right. It probably means the model explores multiple lines of reasoning at once, kind of like brainstorming really fast. Could be useful for complex stuff, science, strategy.
Interesting. But it's not just about the absolute top-tier model. There's Gemini Flash, too.
Correct. Gemini Flash, they're pitching that as the efficient workhorse.
So faster, maybe cheaper to run.
Likely, yeah. Optimized for speed and cost, but still improved. They claim better reasoning, code handling long conversations or documents.
And that's coming soon. General availability.
Early June, they said. So that'll be the one many developers might actually end up using day to day.
Okay. And then something called Gemini Diffusion. This sounded different.
It is. It's experimental, focused on text to image, but the key is speed. Extremely low latency.
How fast are we talking?
They claimed 5 times faster generation than their previous models. That's a huge leap.
Wow, 5 times faster. That could change things for real-time image generation, maybe in apps or games.
Absolutely. Imagine generating images almost instantly as you type. Could impact design, interactive media, all sorts of things.
Stepping back a bit, they talked about the Gemini app itself, right? The big vision.
Yeah, the ultimate goal seems to be making the Gemini app this universal AI assistant, one place for everything.
Your go-to AI interface.
And that's the idea, pulling all these capabilities together into one seamless experience. A big challenge, but that's the direction.
And we shouldn't forget Project Astra, even if it wasn't the main focus. Updates there, too.
Better voice output, more natural sounding, they said, using native audio. Plus improvements in memory and, interestingly, computer control.
Computer control. So telling your AI to actually do things on your device.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
It's all moving towards a more integrated, capable, personal AI that feels less like a separate app and more like part of your workflow.
Okay, so those are the foundational models getting smarter. But how does this filter down into the tools we actually use? Let's talk communication and these agents.
Right. First up, Google Beam. This sounds pretty futuristic.
AI-first video communication. turning 2D video into 3D.
Yeah, trying to make video calls feel more immersive, more like you're actually there, using AI to create that sense of depth.
Interesting. Wonder what the experience is actually like. Need special hardware, maybe?
They didn't detail that heavily, but yeah, likely implications for hardware and bandwidth, but the goal is more presence in remote meetings.
Makes sense. And something maybe more immediately useful. Real-time translation in Google Meet.
Yes, this could be huge. They showed a demo, English speaker, and the AI translates instantly into Spanish for the other person.
Wow, live translation during a call. That just breaks down language barriers instantly.
Huge potential for international teams, global communication in general, really lowers friction.
Okay, then there was Project Mariner. This sounds like the agent idea taking shape.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's a research prototype, an AI agent that can browse the web and actually do things for you.
Like book things or find information across multiple sites.
Potentially, yes. They released an early version back in December and say it's progressed significantly. It's about AI taking initiative to complete tasks.
And that agent idea is starting to bleed into their main products. Agent mode.
Yes, they're bringing agent mode into Chrome, Search, and the Gemini app.
What does that look like? They showed an apartment search example.
Right. Someone searching for an apartment in Austin, specified budget, needs a dog park nearby. And the AI agent kind of goes off and does the research, presumably across multiple sites, and presents curated options.
So it automates that whole tedious process of filtering and comparing.
That's the promise. A big time saver, changing how we tackle those kinds of multi-step online tasks.
Moving to personalization. They talked about personalized smart replies. How is this different?
Well, the idea is Gemini can look at context across your Google stuff, like your emails, your docs, if you give permission, of course.
Right, privacy and control being key.
Absolutely. And based on that context and how you usually write, it generates replies that sound more like you, your tone, your style.
So it's not just generic suggestions. It learns your voice.
That's the goal, to make those quick replies feel more authentic, less robotic.
They had that road trip example, right? Asking for Utah tips.
Yeah, that was a good illustration. A friend asked for tips. Gemini could apparently pull up your old drive notes from a past trip, check relevant emails maybe for booking details, match how you usually greet that friend, capture your writing style.
And then draft a reply automatically.
Exactly, like having a little AI assistant who knows how you communicate.
Okay, that's pretty sophisticated. Let's shift gears to the big one. Google Search. Generative AI is becoming more standard there.
Definitely. They said AI overviews are showing up in way more queries now, especially in big markets like the US and India. And usage is growing.
So people are actually using these AI summaries.
It seems so. People are getting comfortable with getting direct answers or summaries, not just links. It's a shift in behavior.
But they're going further with this new AI mode.
Yes, AI mode. They're calling it a total reimagining of search, designed for longer, more complex questions that need more reasoning power.
A fundamentally different way to search.
Potentially. More conversational, more analytical. You ask complex stuff, you get a more synthesized, reasoned answer generated by the AI. Rolling out in the US first, they said.
And the tech behind this AI mode.
Yeah.
It's the same models now powering the regular AI overviews too.
That's what they indicated. So the intelligence level across search is getting a boost, whether you're in the dedicated AI mode or just doing a standard search.
They showed that sports analyst example for AI mode.
Right. Where search didn't just find info, it figured out a graph was the better way to show it and then made the graph.
Automatically generated data visualization. Wow.
Yeah. They said that kind of analysis and visualization is coming this summer, starting with sports and finance queries. Search becoming more of an analysis tool.
And search using the camera too. Point your phone at something.
Yeah, using the camera for real-time info about what you're seeing,
Right.
visual search, but smarter, more contextual, identify things, translate signs, get info on landmarks instantly.
Connects the physical and digital worlds more tightly. And those agent capabilities from Project Mariner, they're coming to AI mode in search as well.
Yes, they showed search potentially helping automate tasks like booking tickets based on your search. Still user-controlled, but the AI does more of the legwork.
So search finds the info and helps you act on it.
That's the direction. Less finding, more doing.
What about shopping? AI mode changing that too.
Apparently so. They talked about dynamically generated browsable mosaics of products personalized to you.
So instead of just a list, you get this visual tailored collage of things you might like.
Sounds like it. More visual, more personalized discovery for shopping.
And that virtual try-on thing. for fashion.
Yeah, a custom AI image model trained specifically to let you see how clothes might look on you, trying to solve that what will it actually look like problem for online shopping.
That could actually be really useful. Okay, so the big picture for Gemini seems to be make it personal, make it proactive, make it powerful.
Yep, that sums it up pretty well.
And Gemini Live is getting updates, camera, and screen sharing.
Yes, you can now show Gemini what you're seeing through your camera or share your screen. And it's free in the app on Android and iOS.
That makes it way more interactive, right? For help with real-world stuff or navigating something on your phone.
Definitely broadens the use cases significantly. Visual context is huge.
For image creation, they mentioned Imagen 4.
Imagen 4, their latest, most capable image generation model coming to the Gemini app, promising richer, more detailed, more nuanced images.
Raising the bar for AI image quality again.
Seems like it. Better realism, better detail.
But maybe the most wow demo was VO3, the video model.
VO3, yeah. State-of-the-art video generation. But the big news was native audio generation.
So it doesn't just make the video, it makes the sounds too.
Exactly. Sound effects, background sounds, even dialogue. They played that little clip.
The one with the ball in the ocean.
That's the one. 2 AI voices having a short, surprisingly natural-sounding conversation. That synchronized audio and video generation is a major step.
Yeah, create a whole scene, sound and all. Huge for creators, filmmakers, game devs.
Absolutely. Multimodal generation taking another leap.
Okay, but with all this power comes, well, responsibility. They talked about Synthide.
Right, Synthiid. Their watermarking tech for AI-generated stuff, it embeds an invisible watermark.
Invisible, so you can't see it.
Correct. But they also have a Synthia detector that can spot the watermark. And it now works across images, audio, text, and video.
That seems pretty critical for telling what's AI made and what's not.
Yeah.
Helps fight misinformation, maybe?
That's the goal. Transparency, being able to identify generated media, it's a really important piece of the puzzle for responsible AI deployment.
They also teased a tool called Flow for AI filmmaking.
Yeah, Flow. Lets creatives upload their own images, extend video clips using AI, more tools for AI-assisted video creation.
Interesting. And finally, they touched on new ways to actually experience AI, like Android XR.
Android XR, augmented reality basically, showing AI assistants overlaid on your view of the real world.
Through glasses, they showed someone seeing coffee shop info.
Yeah, the example had someone wearing prototype glasses, looking at a coffee shop, and Gemini telling them the name, Bloomsgiving, and giving directions.
Directions as a 3D map overlaid on the world.
Exactly. 1 hour walk shown visually in context. It points towards a future where AI isn't just on your phone screen, but integrated into your environment.
And they're partnering with Gentle Monster and Warby Parker.
Right. Suggests they're serious about making these XR glasses a real product category, stylish, wearable tech.
So wrapping this up, if we look back at all these Google I/O announcements, what are the main themes?
Well, clearly huge leaps in the core AI models themselves, the Gemini family getting more capable and specialized.
Right. And then embedding that AI much deeper into everything Google already does. Search, Meet, Android.
Definitely. Making AI less of a separate feature and more just part of the platform.
And thirdly, exploring totally new ways to interact with AI, like Beam for 3D video or Android XR for augmented reality experiences.
Yeah, pushing the boundaries of how we interface with this technology. The overarching theme seems to be getting this powerful AI into users' hands quickly and making it useful.
It really does make you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About how all this might change things for you personally.
For sure.
Which of these developments really catches your eye? Which one makes you wonder most about the future? How we'll live, or work, or create?
Good questions to ponder.
Definitely some food for thought there. Thanks for exploring the deep weaving with us today.